This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The Grippers, the Grasshoppers, the Hip Ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Thanks to our listeners down at 98 Rock in Sacramento, picking up the program now, and the Rock down in Kansas City as well. Big show for you today. Return of Who Sucks Less, positive drinking story. Will break down alcohols by emotion. And today we're going to talk about strange things that you have swallowed. We've got a story here that is just absolutely bizarre. Shortly after hearing his fate, former Bosnian Croatian military chief Slobodan Praljak shouted, "I am not a war criminal," then lifted a vial of liquid to his lips. He tilted his head back and he swallowed the concoction. A short time later, he told the confused court and the judge, who had affirmed his 20-year prison sentence for murdering Muslims and other war crimes, "I just drank poison." His death was reported by a Croatian state television later on. It was a defiant final act for the 72-year-old accused of ethnic cleansing 2 decades ago in a failed attempt to create a Bosnian-Croatian magistrate, I guess. He basically just found out that he's going to spend the next 20 years in jail. He's 72 years old. He decided right there that he's going to drink poison. And that was the end of that. So,
damn. I mean, even if you don't believe in an afterlife or this or that, I don't know. You're on trial for war crimes.
Ethnic cleansing, yeah.
And then you committed suicide with poison. Like, I'm not positive I believe in hell, but there is one. For sure he's there.
Yeah. We took the time to create one just for you.
Our mention blank question. I'll never forget the time that I swallowed blank.
Even hell would be like, damn, man.
That's what I'm saying. You're on.
You could have done a lot less to get here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Damn.
Checking off all the boxes.
Hell. Hello. Oh, God damn it. Hello, Sadie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi, guys.
Hola.
So my story isn't something weird, but it's disgusting. So I was just starting to drink. I was about 18 or 19, and me and my girlfriends decided we would drink Malibu and pineapple juice all night. And so when I woke up the next morning, I was pretty hungover, and I saw my glass of water next to my bed, and I was like, oh, this looks great. So I sat up and started pounding the water, and I'm like, what is chunky in my water? And I had thrown up in my cup next to my bed in the middle of the night, and I was drinking my pineapple from the night before.
Oh, God. That is a junior league go-to, though. I do remember the pineapple and Malibu stage of living.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and roughly the same age that you were, 18 or 19.
I mean,
can you even drink Malibu and pineapple now? I mean, I would just say, if I drank my own puke back, that drink
What else can you mix with Malibu and Coke? What else was there out there? There was only a few things that people mix Malibu. It's a rum, right?
Yeah.
Spicy?
Coconut rum.
Coconut rum. Okay.
Do you still drink it?
I can't drink it to this day. And pineapple, I just cringe because I just drank a cup full of it.
How old are you now?
I'm 34.
All right, so it's been like 15, 16 years, and you're still like, yeah, I'm going to pass on pineapple and rum.
I can't do it.
And
yeah,
did you puke the puke?
Oh, yes, all over my bed and back into the couch.
So you puked again then? After you drank the puke?
Yeah.
Is that like refried beans?
That's what I was going to say. Like,
or a twice-baked potato?
Right, that's exactly what it is.
Like you already had puke, then you put it back in your stomach and puked it back up.
Pretty much, yeah.
Damn.
Interesting. I don't know if I've ever re-puked my own puke.
But you'd have to consume your own puke to get there. I'm happy to say I've never reconsumed the puke that I've already put out there.
I would rather puke though than have that situation where you've already cleared out your stomach and you're just going like
dry heaving.
And this one little yellow thing just starts rolling out the corner of your lip. Like yeah, exactly. Like what is that? That's bile. That's bile. I
haven't drank my own puke, but I've definitely same age. Where we got drunk and we forgot, we were like in somebody's dorm room and we forgot we put vodka in our Gatorade.
Yeah.
So my buddy woke up in the morning, same thing. Takes like 3 giant pulls before he realizes there's vodka in the Gatorade.
Did he just spew instantly?
Yeah, exactly. He puked all over this girl's floor.
Started drinking again. I'll never forget the time that I swallowed blank 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Juan. Welcome to the men's room.
How you guys doing? Hola, bicholas.
Hello, Juan.
It's a decent story. I got home and I was playing with my son. He was like a year old. And I didn't know they had just fed him, so I was throwing him up in the air. And he decides to puke right in my mouth.
What had he eaten? Was it like breast milk or baby food?
No, it's just the formula.
Yeah, that's a pretty nasty thing.
Yes, it was.
The smell of newborn formula on your shoulder is one that you will never forget. It's very distinctive. It's very chalky.
Phil.
Yeah, man.
Okay. I already placed my order for my half an ounce. If you want to go for New Year's.
Count me in, man.
Oh, Jesus.
I like your style, brother.
It seems so. I was like, where's he going with this?
Hey, man.
New Year's, man.
Getting that half ounce?
Are you going to get in the fight with him?
Inevitably, if you hang out, what we know of Juan is just on New Year's Eve,
things happen.
For whatever reason, something heavy goes down. Now, we've seen a picture of Juan.
I know part of the reason.
Well, I know part of the reason, but I've seen a picture of Juan. So I think what I would say is, if there's a fight, I will fight with him.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you're going to fight him. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not going to fight him.
2 years, Juan's getting tuned up. He's going to get in a fight.
I got his back, man. Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
Dude, we got a half ounce to go through.
The person who made all the appetizers just thinking, like, I must have messed it up. No one's eating anything. I don't think
no one seems hungry.
They don't like my cooking. I put all this time and effort into the whole
thing. And Juan is all sweaty.
No one's eating.
I think you should be worried, Miles.
Why is that?
I mean, Juan and Thrill kind of rolls off the tongue.
I'll never forget the time that I swallowed blank. 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
So I got a story for you. Happened in Iceland. Went through there on a trip to Europe. A couple of things happened. Went to a restaurant one night, and they had whale. I'll tell you what, that other guy's wrong. Whale is great meat.
How do they prepare it? Like, what is it? A whale steak? Is it fried like a tuna steak, or is it how's it prepared?
They did it like a kebab, so it was like chunks about fist size, and it was really tender. It's like red meat. It's not like fishy at all.
So it tastes more like beef.
Yeah. It was really, really good.
Do you know what kind of whale you ate?
I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Mankey, Mankd,
Yeah.
I think it is, and they harvest them. They get a certain amount per year.
Okay.
And you said on the kebab, the chunks are the size of a fist?
Well, a little smaller, like palm of your hand kind of thing.
That's a big-ass chunk of meat,
like
though, man.
It was a big-ass chunk of meat, but it was a big-ass stick that was going through it.
And it is from a whale, to be fair.
Is it considered a delicacy, or is that normal fare? Or is it just that one time of the year you can do that?
I think it's just a certain time of the year, whenever the season is, because it was about this time of year. It was like November.
'Tis the season to eat whale.
But it was a lot cheaper than beef and stuff, because everything has to be imported there.
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
They're having like 3-hour days at this point in the year, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it was good though. It was interesting. I had to try it, And the other thing with different day, same trip, different restaurant, had horse. Horse is tough. I don't like horse.
Horse steak?
Horse steak, yeah, it was a horse steak, and the waitress was funny. Dude, she was hilarious. So I said, well, what about this horse? And she was, 19, 20-year-old gal. Oh, it comes from a farm right down the road. She was all excited.
Where else the hell it's going to come from? It's Iceland.
Right, I mean,
I figure everything you're going to eat's going to come from there. You know what I mean?
I've heard some people say horse is actually good.
I've heard the same thing, too. I don't know.
I think it's big in Sicily.
It probably depends how it's prepared. Right. If
Yeah.
I have horse in Sicily, so based on what I understand of your average Icelandic cuisine, I'm probably going to be happy with anything I eat in Sicily.
Are you ordering the horse if you see it? Horse steak.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, if I'm in a place like that, sure.
You have to once, don't you?
Well, Jeff, you said you tried it and it wasn't that great. Would you order it again?
No.
All right.
Yeah, but now you know.
Okay.
No. But if I hadn't, then I'd never know, right?
Would you order the whale again?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so if you go, don't go after November, though. It's nothing but snow there.
It's
called Iceland.
They put it right there on the title of the book for you.
I mean, it's like,
Don't make it any easier.
They're not trying to
Yeah, exactly.
There's no travel brochure.
Don't get me wrong, Jeff. Greenland could be confusing.
It could
to the
be.
novice. Iceland, no. They tell you straight up what the hell's going down. Men's room blank question. I will never forget the time I swallowed blank.
Hello, Michael. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, mi hombres y chicas.
Hola.
How you guys doing?
We're good. How are you?
Oh, doing pretty good. Just
Okay.
about to get home.
Thank God. I was thinking you were just going to go to the store, so I'm glad.
See, I
you're
was
close
thinking
to home.
store, too.
I thought you had 2 or 3 errands to run, but now my mind is cleared because I know you can go home and relax and you're close to home. So
Chill out.
Thank God. So what did you swallow?
All right. So,
I was in Japan for a friend's wedding. And, one of the places we stopped at was this little tempura restaurant. And, one of the things they had on the menu was squid.
Okay.
So, I'm thinking to myself, I'm here to sample the local cuisine. I probably will never get this chance again to go to Japan. So I was like, all right, deal me in. So they bring me the kebab. And Ted, just like you with those macaroons, once I had one, I was like, my God, why have I never had this before?
Right?
It's just.
I mean, what's the difference between their tempura squid and then fried calamari that I'm going to get,
Buca de Beppa or whatever?
Actually, well, tempura, I honestly don't know offhand. But
tempura's a little lighter. I mean, the consistency is a little different. I do like tempura.
But have you tried calamari since you've been back?
Unfortunately, there haven't been many good places to get squid. So
there's a lot of actually. If you like, if you like calamari, man, that's an easy call.
Almost every place you go that has calamari, they got it in a frozen block, just like every other place. Like, rarely do you go, even a seafood restaurant, like, it's probably the frozen. They're not out there.
It's the same squid that you get at a bait shop. It's in a box. It is frozen. Yeah. You run it underwater.
Do you own a restaurant or are you going fishing?
Yeah.
But man, trust me.
Give it a try, man. Seriously. Yeah,
you'll like it.
I think you'll be surprised if you like it. I'll never forget the time that I swallowed blank, 844-999-OLA.
Maybe he's just looking for the specific preparation.
It's still going to be deep fried and breaded. I mean, it's going to be close.
In the end, it's important. I mean, let's brine it or something.
I don't like the calamari where it's just like pan fried without the breading.
No,
you're like, this isn't the calamari I wanted. It's all raw and not raw, but you know what I mean. It doesn't have any breading.
It's disappointing.
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
Right, I want calamari from a bar.
But you know what? I'm always safe getting calamari at a bar. Essy as that is to say, like. Oh, we're at a bar? Hell yeah, get the calamari.
Bar calamari, great call.
Yeah.
Have you seen that when they take it to, I've seen, are you ready for this? Buffalo calamari.
Really?
Buffalo sauce on it?
Did you try
Buffalo calamari.
How was it?
I did not try it.
Oh, I would try.
I saw it, though. It was the Buffalo.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'll tell you where it is. We can go get it. I will never forget the time I swallowed blank, 844-999-OLA. Hold the line, more of your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Men's Room with Miles and Frill.
Damn.
Good times.
All right, then.
Coming up, the return of Who Sucks Less, our Men's Room blank question today. I will never forget the time that I swallowed blank. 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Andrew. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola!
Hola!
All right, so when I was 14, I was in Africa, and we were climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. We were about three days into our trip.
Did you see a Baconator while you were in Mozambique? That is Mozambique, correct?
No, that's Tanzania.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Oh, no chance of a Baconator in Tanzania.
Yeah, Tanzania
You're
would never
stupid,
have one of
Miles.
these.
Just shut up. It's Tanzania. By the way, was this like a family trip? Was this a church trip? How did you organize a trip to hike Mount Kilimanjaro?
What is that, 20,000 feet?
Yeah, it's about 20,000. Sorry, it's been a while. Yeah, no, it was through the Boy Scouts, actually.
All right.
What freaking troop did you join, man?
The Seven Summit Tribe.
Good God. All right. Well, not a bad day. All right. So you're hiking Mount Kilimanjaro.
Yeah. So we're about 3 days in. We're like, all right. So what are we going to have for dinner this time? Because they've been serving us pretty good meat, fish, and stuff. Like, all right, this isn't too bad. And we get to the campsite about 2 o'clock. We're like, okay, cool. We're here. Let's take a rest. And we hear crows or ravens. I'm not sure what the heck they are. And we come to dinner and there's fresh bird on the table, and we're like, "What is this?" They're like, "Oh, it's chicken. It's chicken." Well, there weren't any ravens around anymore, so we think it was ravens.
What did it taste like?
Well, I hate to say it, like chicken.
Okay, yeah, of course. All right.
But it was more lean than chicken.
So you think you ate raven or crow?
Yeah.
Did anyone in your troop get any sickness from elevation or anything like that? Were you all able to acclimate pretty well?
Yeah. Later on, we had 2 people get altitude sickness. Sorry.
Okay.
Altitude sickness. One didn't go all the way to the top, and the other one went to the top, came back down, and for the next 2 years, he couldn't remember going to the top.
Oh, that's good time.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes that's why I asked.
My name is Henry.
Was there any snow on the summit when you got there? Sometimes there is, sometimes there's not.
No, it was just ice. We summited in July.
Okay. That's a weird thing. You're 20,000 feet. There's no snow.
Well, what about now, man? Like, have you, after hiking Mount Kilimanjaro, are you all good, or did you get the hiking bug and you keep hiking now?
Oh, no, I kept hiking. Like, we went down to Peru 2 years later and went along the Inca Trail up to Machu Picchu.
Is this the same Boy Scout troop?
Same Boy Scout troop.
God damn.
You had a hell of a troop leader.
Yeah, that is crazy.
What did you do, boys? I know you guys went to Canada.
My troop leader,
right?
he took a trip to a prison for molesting kids.
Well, that's bound to happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure what mountain that is. But, what you call that, but not a good one. I'll never forget the time that I swallowed blank, 844-999-OLA. Ate some crow.
Hello, Jessica. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, side note, I've had some really gross calamari at a restaurant. I'm not going to name it, but it does exist.
No, we're not saying
we're not
that
saying
you can't get bad calamari. What we're saying is statistically, almost anywhere you go that serves fried calamari, it's going to be good calamari.
Yeah,
right?
like every once in a while you get a bad place that serves French fries. Normally when you put something in a deep fryer, good things are going to happen. It's really hard to screw that up.
Not for your health, but certainly for your taste buds.
You batter something and put it in a basket. My money says it's going to be better than most of the time.
Absolutely.
Well, fair enough. That is a good point. So there was actually two things that kind of odd that I ate or swallowed, however you want to say it. Silkworms and snow crab brains.
Why were both of these voluntary?
Yeah, actually they were.
Silkworms, what, when you're fishing?
No, my boyfriend, he just kind of likes trying new or weird things, and he went to an international market somewhere, I think it was in Seattle, and he got this tray of silkworms, and they weren't alive or anything, and he's like, oh, come on, just try one, and there was a little drinking involved, and I thought, okay, well, you know, at least I could say that I tried it, and so he fried them up, and my sister-in-law and him and I, we each ate one. He ate more than one, but the texture and the flavor was bland, but the texture, it really wasn't that bad. But then after the fact, I thought about it and was like, oh, man, that thing was crawling around somewhere at one point. It's just, yeah, kind of.
I like that you said, you know what, man, I might as well try one. At least I can say I did it. But now that you can say, hey, I once ate a silkworm, does it really make you feel that much better? Because with just as much pride, I can say, I've not eaten a silkworm.
And I've got to ask you on the snow crab tip, you know, typically they only take the legs and then they flash freeze them. They throw the heads back, or maybe they do that when they get in. Either way, you don't get the body portion of a snow crab because there's just not much there. So how did you actually experience a whole snow crab where you could eat the brains or whatever?
So I had a mentor / coworker friend who was from Vietnam, and he loved this restaurant in Seattle, and he said, come on, you got to come with me one of these times after work. So we went to this restaurant, and they actually have like I'm pretty sure it was snow crab, but it was huge, whatever it was. It looked like a giant spider or something.
Yeah,
and,
they do.
And they're floating around, you know, they're in the tank, they're all live, and I guess it's like a delicacy for, you know, for where he comes from. And he was like, yeah, you got to try it. It's really good. And it was surprisingly good, but the texture, I'm really weird about textures and food and things.
Really?
So.
Do crab brain textures bother you?
Yeah.
You're so alone in that.
Is the crab brain, is that like what I used to call like the gills or whatever? Like when you pop open its little chest?
That's definitely the gills. And that's the thing about a soft shell crab sandwich, which is one of my favorite sandwiches.
Yeah.
You are eating every single bit.
So I'm just trying to figure out where are the brains in a crab?
The mustard, just up in the front, close to between the eyes.
Yeah, and I think they call it like crab butter. I'm not entirely sure, but I didn't want to be rude because it was part of his culture, and so that was I would say that's like 95% of why I did it, and I was kind of curious.
Well, look, we shoot a lot of people in the States. It doesn't mean he didn't want to be rude, so he shot you in the leg. I mean, I feel like, hey, man, I get it, I dig it, I respect it. I just don't know if I want to try crab brain. But how was it overall?
It was good. It tasted just like the rest of the meat, really.
Okay.
Just the texture was just kind of weird.
Kind of brainy?
Really weird. Yeah.
I think the most regrettable thing that I've ever eaten in my life, other than that mushroom probably 6 months ago, my buddy and I growing up, his parents had a really nice bar in their basement, and they had a lot of liquors that I don't even remember, but they're just really nice bottles that he collected over the years of whatever the hell he liked. But the one bottle that always struck us was the bottle that had the pear inside, and the bottle itself was shaped like a pear.
Yeah.
And at some point in time, my friend had enough of his parents, especially his father, And he determined that, you know what, man? Because it was kind of the centerpiece of the bar in a weird way. It was like it was just...
It's the pear inside of the bottle.
It's a different shape, bottle, and there's a pear inside, blah, 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 blah. He said, you know what, man? We are going to drink that thing. No problem. All right, so we get about 4 or 5 friends, and we're like, all right, man, the time's come. We're going to crack this bottle, whatever it is inside. It's got to be good, decent, because it's going to taste like pear, we think. We start drinking it, and it goes down, and we get pretty messed up, I'm pretty sure. But then we determined once we finish the bottle that we're going to break the bottle, and we're going to eat that pear.
Yeah, sure,
So
man.
we broke the bottle, and then we took the pear out, which was heavy. Like
yeah, but it was.
I mean, it was heavy. Put it on a cutting block, cut it all up into little cubes, and then we all decided we were just going to kind of ration it out and just eat this pear. And I'm telling you, man, it probably took no more than 8 minutes. And all of us, like we just ate a peyote button, are trying to fight for a trash can to throw up in, man. And it's like, whoa, whoa. I mean, that stuff, I didn't feel right for like 2 or 3 days. Like, I didn't even want to drink anymore. I was 17 years old. I'm like, I'm never touching that stuff again. Like, I'm not going to be that guy.
Obviously, you're a liar.
Yeah, I did. I lied to myself.
Was it brandy?
I don't know what the hell it was. I mean, and that's what I'm trying to think of now. Was it like a liqueur or
I've seen it, but I've never had it.
I mean, it could be anything. You know what they do, man? They take they actually take the bottles on the tree and they hang them in the tree, and then the pear grows down inside of them, and then they.
I saw that on Moonshiners. Honestly, as you started to say that, I was like, yes, I know how they do this. Yeah, you got to put the bottle on on
the tree first, right?
Yeah.
And they grow down in there. I'll never forget the time that I swallowed blank. 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Greg. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
All right, I got one. When I was about 12 years old, me and a couple of friends, we got really into kind of fishing up at the local lake. So we'd go on the weekends and bike up there. There was this old timer who used to sit on the point, and he'd be up there for like 30 minutes. He'd catch his limit and leave. So we got kind of curious after a couple times. So we went over there to ask him what he's using for bait. And he pulls out of his shirt pocket this little pill bottle, opens it up, and it's full of maggots and sawdust. So he tells us,
mealworms.
You got to put them in your lip to keep them warm and wiggly. So, of course, we think we got to do this so we can catch our fish and leave. So by the time we take pictures of these things, throw them in our lips, they're crawling down your throat. And he says, you got to put your tongue and block them from going down your throat. So, of course, now they're crawling all over our tongue and everything else. And we're spitting maggots all over the place. And I think the old timer thought it was funnier than hell. Anyway,
I bet he did.
So.
Yeah. Did he put a pinch in?
What's that?
Did he put a pinch of it in?
Oh, yeah, we noticed he was pulling stuff out of his lip every time. We just thought he was chewing or something and putting it on his worm or something, like tobacco juice or something. So we
that
didn't
gets
know.
the fish.
Yeah.
One thing about fishing, especially when it involves drinking as you get older, that typically there is going to be some bait eaten before the day is done. Of course. It just seems to always work out that way.
Right, because you're drinking.
Dude,
it's
$5, you swallow that worm.
You're on, man.
All right, dude.
I bit the head off a small little fish we were using for bait once.
You bit the head off while I was alive?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Was it a live Ted?
Yes.
I will never forget the time I swallowed blank.
It's just that yes.
I mean, he was going to get eaten by another fish anyhow.
I get you. Your face, I'm like, he's not telling us the truth.
No, not at all. It was in upstate Pennsylvania. It's a weird place.
That's what you do there. Weird things happen when you go fishing.
Yeah, and there was no cell phone reception.
There's no women.
So
so guys are just going to be as dumb as they can possibly be.
Right? Isn't that how it goes?
That's what fishing ends up being.
Hello, Mallory. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I was at my friend's house. We'll give her nameless because of the situation for a party. And she had made a whole bunch of jungle juice for us and was charging $5 a head, which is reasonable because she had this huge party, spent a lot of money. And I'm like, okay, I'll have a couple cups. I'm driving. We have like 7 hours here, so I can have 1 or 2 before I have to drive home. I drank 1 and anything. I drank 2, still didn't feel anything. Pan forward to like maybe 15 minutes later, I'm on my 6th cup. I'm like getting kind of irritated here. I'm like, Lindsay, are you like punking us? Did you not put anything in here? You're just charging us money to hang out?
Did you just call her Lindsay after saying you don't want to throw her under the bus?
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Just checking. I was just trying to make... I said, Lindsay, didn't you spark this much?
Uh-oh. So what I'm getting is Lindsay made some jungle juice for you. You weren't feeling... You're 6 deep in 15 minutes because of Lindsay's jungle juice.
Tell me this hit you later.
Well, she looks at me dead in the eye and she's like, you drank 6 of those? And I was like, yeah. She was like, those are spiked with hallucinogens, a couple sheets.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't drive home that night, and it was a wild ride, that's for sure.
How long did it last?
Probably I'd say a good 16 hours before everything was completely normal again.
How long did it take for it to start after she told you, like, hey, man, you're about to have a hell of a night?
About an hour and a half.
All right. Now, let me ask you this. In your state of mind and who you are as a human being, if someone were to offer you a hallucinogen at that point in time, would you have voluntarily taken one in the right situation? Maybe not at that party, but another situation. In other words, would you have ever tried or done something like that had you not known that you were going to?
I'm pretty open-minded, probably.
Okay.
But
she drank 6 things a punch in 15 minutes. Yeah I think she's going to do a hallucinogen,
Can we
too.
back up to that? Why did you drink so much punch so quick? Did you not think it was strong enough?
No, I didn't feel anything. And usually I'm pretty much of a lightweight, so, like, I can feel it right away. And I was like, oh, maybe it's just really weak.
Now, did anyone else know that it was spiked with hallucinogens, or is it something you had to find out after the fact?
Nobody with me knew. A couple of people at the party that we had not talked to yet knew. I got I got the nickname that night of the love sack because I found a beanbag chair after the fact when I was starting to peak pretty bad and just claimed the love sack beanbag chair as my own, and nobody was allowed to sit on it with me until I
All right.
down.
That's fair.
Yeah. You can have the beanbag
They were
chair.
probably happy about that. Like, all right,
Sure.
at least just stay put.
It's hard for you to get out of that.
What is it like, though? Because you said it took about an hour and a half before it kicks in, but sometimes the waiting is the worst part. So not only are you going to trip, but you've had 6 of these, so you're going to trip hard. You have an hour and a half to think about that. Are you sweating this, or are you looking forward to it?
A little bit of both. So once you get your footing, I got my footing and I was okay. But leading up to that footing, I was a little bit anxious. Like, am I going to see weird things? Are people going to mess with me? Are people even really weird?
Is everyone else tripping and not knowing?
Right.
A couple of them, yeah. I'd say like a good 80% of the people there.
How old were you? 80% of the people.
How old were you?
I was about 19.
Okay.
It was a couple.
All right.
It was a while ago.
This doesn't sound like, well, I just feel like you got to give people a heads up.
You
like,
definitely got to give people a heads
jungle
up.
Juice
Yes.
has acid in it.
Right. Like, that needs to be, there needs to be a large sign. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this needs to be like a behind lock and key. Like, do you want to have a fun ride? You know, like, and then you're like, here.
I think, like anything, sometimes they'll label things, if there's kids, alcohol, non-alcohol, like hallucinogenic, non-hallucinogenic.
Right, like, if you had, like, 6 dudes and you all said, hey, one of these bottles has, right, like,
No
that's
worries.
6 people, right, but, like, I can't imagine just showing up to a party and then, like, 12 hours later being like, what happened? I mean, like, you're on acid, like, damn.
I mean, and we've told this story before, but we kind of inadvertently did it by accident. We're rolling joints. You were rolling joints, right, Ted?
Yeah, I was rolling blunts.
And what was it? We had weed. What the hell was the other thing we had?
They made it illegal. Salvia.
Salvia. Thank you. So, anyway, long story short, we had a bag of salvia, a bag of weed. Our intent was not to give anyone salvia. And if you've never had salvia, just understand your trip lasts for only about 10 minutes, but it's crazy. I mean, you feel like you're made of rubber. You feel like you're floating around the room. It's a lot of fun, but again, you need to know what's coming your way. So, anyway, we don't realize that the weed has gotten mixed up. Ted rolls these blunts, and I don't know, 5, 6, 7 of us were hitting this thing. And then things just got weird, man. But we don't understand that salvia has been rolled into this joint. So we can't figure out why everyone is they're like, these are all people that smoke. Not all of them smoke tough, but they all smoke.
Right, but they've all smoked before.
And no one could take the high. And we're like, what in the hell is wrong? I mean, people literally like, man, I got to lay down. There's like a couple sleeping in a bed. Our dog, he was losing his mind. I had no idea what was going on. A few other people, but everyone's having a really hard time with this high. And Ted and I are like, man, I don't get it. We shouldn't smoke with them again. And I want to say it was like a week later or a few days later. Ted's like,
it was just time later. I just was like, oh, I mixed up the bags.
Right. So
I rolled it like, you know how like somebody would be like, hey man, I got a bag down there, you got a bag, like mix them together. But one of the bags was salvia.
But we didn't realize. So these people, they got so the thing is, when you smoke salvia, you don't feel stoned. You just have that weird rubbery and floating in the air trip, right? So now add the fact that they're high. And now, all of a sudden, you feel like...
Hello.
Oh, yeah, people are freaking out, and we're like, yeah, our bad. We did not realize what we'd done.
Men's Room blank question. I'll never forget the time I swallowed blank. Comment here. Calamari is octopus tentacles, not squid. Two different things from ginger. Ginger, I'm pretty sure you're
Calamari is squid. Calamari means squid.
That's not correct at all. When you're eating calamari, you are eating squid. If you order
I want to say in Italian...
It's Spanish, isn't it?
Either way, but it actually means squid. It's not even a fancy word.
And
it just means squid.
You ever have some octopus?
You know what? I don't like it.
I just don't like the taste.
You know, I was down with it until that one octopus crawled out of its cage at the Oregon, wherever it was, aquarium, and crawled up the pipe, and then slid into the drain, and then escaped to freedom. I thought to myself, I'm not eating aliens anymore.
To be fair, it's only because it saw Finding Nemo.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that's roughly what they did.
Once I realized how intelligent this thing was. And
but you eat pig.
And pigs are smart.
Pigs are very smart.
But look, man, you got to cut me a break on pig, though, man. I mean, bacon is much more readily available than octopus.
I just don't like octopus because it's like so fancy and expensive. The first reference I know to octopus is in Scarface, and he's like, I'm not eating any more octopus, man. Like, I got octopus coming out of my skin. So I was like, octopus must be for poor people. Like, I'm not eating.
Octopus for poor people.
But I'm saying, I'm not going to go spend like $30 on
something you don't really like.
Yeah, it's like meatloaf.
I like a good meatloaf.
I know. I'm just saying, like, doesn't it pain you when you pay expensive money for, like, meatloaf?
I will say, I have not spent... I've seen some restaurants where they have meatloaf on the menu, and I'm like, all right, because typically it's pretty good. Some of those places, the price, I'm like, come on, man. It's me. I mean, unless the goddamn singer's going to walk out and sing to me, which I'd hope he does not because I hate his music. But, like, if you don't mean that meatloaf, it's not worth the price. But I will say, if you go to any bar, in my experience so far, if they have a meatloaf sandwich or slider,
get it.
Get in on that action, man. I was really unsure about it about 3 years ago. I'm like, F it, I'll give it a shot.
The meatloaf slider?
Jeez,
dude, meatloaf wrong on a meatloaf
they are
slider.
so good.
Oh, yeah,
it is so good, man. It's unbelievable.
Men's Room blank question. I will never forget the time that I swallowed blank. 844-999-OLA. More of your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Positive drinking story breaks down alcohols by emotions. We'll do that right, ironically enough, before we drink and toast with the shot of the day. Our Men's Room blank question today. I will never forget the time I swallowed blank. The inspiration for the question, there was a Belgian war criminal. Was that right? Was it? Bosnian. And he was basically convicted of war crimes. He was scheduled to be put in jail for 20-some years. And at the sentencing, in front of the judge and everyone else, as soon as he found out he was going away, he pulled out a bottle of poison, drank it, and basically killed himself right there in the courtroom.
They're like, well, thanks.
Then we've got that one chip challenge that's been going around where everybody and their brothers try to eat the one chip. So we just want to know, basically, I will never forget the time that I swallowed blank. 844-999-OLA.
Few comments here. It says, hey, Men's Room, for your guys' question, just know that my brother's probably listening and he'll probably be mad at me. But me and my friends call him Big Gulp. When he was with his ex-wife when she was pregnant, he did some oral negotiations, and her water broke and gave him a mouthful.
Oh, well, you know what? If you're going to get the party started...
Yeah, man, that's...
They always say that...
I be that close to the due date?
Right, I mean, that's the thing. Like, look, man. Yeah, but at that point, like, look, man, the baby marinade is what just comes gushing out, and now it's in your mouth.
Well, the thing is, they always say if you want to...
Crock-pot tastes weird.
If you want to try to expedite the process a little bit, that sex is not a bad idea at that point in time.
Hey,
I
meant
with your penis.
I get that. I'm going to say that seems awfully intimate. Like,
yeah,
that's like standing in front of that sign right before the football team runs out.
Right,
like you know what's coming.
Right.
They're about to plow through here.
They're just about to sing the national anthem. You got to know the team's about to hit the field.
It's like trying to cross the street during the running of the bulls. You know what I mean? Like a little bit beforehand. You never know where they come flying around the corner.
That seems like an awfully risky time to be that intimate.
Yeah, well, it proves to be true. I would continue.
Good work, Big Gulp.
Yeah, I know. Do you remember the day I was born? Vividly.
I sure do.
Vividly. We got a little taste of you right before you were born.
So do all of Dad's friends.
Right. I ate a tarantula once, but I won the episode of Fear Factor for it. Does not taste like chicken, FYI.
Ooh, tarantula. I don't want to eat anything. Again, we've already had this conversation before. There's nothing you can eat that's hairy.
Hairy thing. Well, especially if it's still served hairy.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no, there's no
Did
hairy.
you hear the last?
I know, but there's no hairy food. I mean, I'm being honest. There's no hairy food.
What about a peach?
Yeah,
it's fuzzy. They say it's fuzzy. They don't say it's hairy. But you don't eat the skin.
But I've seen people eat the skin.
I mean, I've seen kids eat glue, but it's not like you.
But
I'm talking about a food here.
Like, you wouldn't fry a chicken without plucking it first.
Right, like shave the bitch first, man. That's all we ask.
What would happen? I don't even want to know.
And then there's this one. It says, "Hola bicholas, the weird thing I swallowed. I had cat. It was served in a Chinese restaurant in California. Now, they were trying to save money on the price of chicken. It was a bit chewy, but mixed with the sauces, it was pretty good. But they were shut down by the health department shortly after.
Well, I wonder why.
There were about 30 cats found in the freezer. I ate there almost 3 times a week. I had no idea I was eating cat.
Oh, man.
See, it begins and ends with eating cat.
Unbelievable.
My dad told me when I was a kid, don't look inside the kitchen.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Like, we were walking by, and he goes, don't look in there.
Avert your eyes.
Right?
Don't look.
I'll never forget the time that I swallowed blank. 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Angela. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, back when I was about, probably 4 or 5 years old, growing up in the old trailer park, folks had some friends over. They walked away, left some beer bottles laying around, and, well, I thought I might sneak in a quick sip. Grabbed a bottle, tipped it upside down, and ended up with a mouthful of cigarette butts and ashes.
How sick did you get?
Well, let's say I didn't drink beer for a while.
Yeah, well, you're 5.
You were 5 years old.
We hope that 13 years later, maybe you taste another one before
I
you
didn't
got to
drink
be
beer
21.
for a while either at that age. I'm glad that's what got you off the bad path. So you go by Angela, not Angela, but you're in a trailer park. Like, if I go to the trailer park, I would just assume your name is Tammy, not Angela or Gwyneth. That surprises me.
I escaped the trailer park a while ago.
Okay.
Right. Was it a single wide or a double wide?
It was a single wide.
Did they have double wides in the park?
You know, yes, they did.
Yeah,
fancy people.
No, that's exactly right. Those people always think they're better than
The fancy ones.
Oh, they do.
Well,
I'm not, I mean that's serious.
Well, of course
they
they
West
do.
Virginia, like, well, we have much more room than you.
Well, it's twice as big as everyone else's house.
Yeah.
That's how houses work. People in single-family homes make fun of people in row homes.
That's right. And on it goes.
Right? Like, oh, your home's attached.
Yeah. What would you say is the most exotic thing that you've eaten in your life intentionally there, Angela?
Oh, she's gone.
Oh, she's gone. Okay.
What do you think the most exotic? I mean, is escargot considered exotic? It is to me.
Not when you step on them all the time.
Because, like, to me, well, but isn't that the thing with the delicacy? That's someone's nice way of saying this is really gross.
I eat
but
Ryan,
rich people eat it.
I ate Ryan Castle's ostrich once. That was probably the most exotic.
That sounds like a euphemism.
Well, it's the exotic thing that I think I.
Did he moan a
because
lot?
like if you look at it, you know what I mean. Like if you just step back and look at what you're eating,
An ostrich.
I think that would probably be like, whoa, dude, look how big that bird is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's a lot of bird to eat.
I think that would be the one. I can't think of anything else. You know, I've eaten snake. I don't think I've ever had bear. I've had squirrel, just typical crap.
Is squirrel exotic?
It was put
That
in,
sounds
man,
broke.
it was kind of like turtle. They just hide it in
I feel like people that are
stew or
eating
something, so
squirrel,
you don't even know.
like, we don't go to the grocery store. We just comb the side of the road. Have some squirrel.
I've had moose.
All right. We both had alligator, right?
I just had bison for the first time and thought it was fantastic.
I had shark years ago.
How was shark?
I had shark.
It was really good. I had it when I was like 14. But
You
I
ever had
remember,
alligator?
Yeah. When I was a novice.
Delicious.
I've not had
It
alligator.
is. Well, I don't know.
Is it chicken?
No. It would be if chicken were in the ocean. I think that's kind of what it'd be like.
Chicken of the ocean. I will never forget the time that I swallowed blank. 844-999. Ola, more of your calls coming up here in seconds.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.